2 minutes away. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Matt Hall time. Our second place rookie's about to come in. We're super proud of Matt. He's in 12th or 11th place right now, and right down here are the big lights for that procession that comes down the main drag here in Nome. Thanks for joining us here. Matt Hall from Eagle, Alaska, now living in Two Rivers with Amanda Brooks, his partner, Smokin' Ace Kennels, coming in with a very proud dog team. He got second place in the Yukon Quest this year. He was the Yukon Quest champion last year, had a great race out here. He was...
Special dog team heads down Front Street. This dog team just recently finished its 5th Yukon Quest. A year ago, this dog team won the Yukon Quest, and this year took second place. This team is driven by Two Rivers musher Matt Hall, age 26. Originally born and raised in Eagle, Alaska on the Yukon River, where he worked as trapline with sled dogs and guided week-long expeditions for his parents' company. He says he has been mushing since he was 2 years old. He moved to Two Rivers to pursue competitive racing and completed his first long-distance race, the Yukon Quest, at the age of 22. His kennel, Smokin' Ace Kennels, sits on a 40-acre parcel of land next to the Chena River. He and Amanda maintain their own grid lifestyle by hauling water and firewood with their 35 Alaskan Huskies. For the last 10 summers, he has lived and worked for Alaska Icefield Expeditions on the Denver Glacier. Winters are spent training and guiding tours and expeditions for their new aspiring tour company, Last Frontier Mushing Co-op. Please help welcome Smokin' Ace Kennel to Nome, Alaska.
All right, we got Matt Hall, folks, coming right down here. His dog team's looking real bouncy and happy. We'll see him in just a second. Matt Hall coming in, looking great. Smokin' Ace Kennels. Check out these dogs. We're gonna lean down, give you a good look. There he is. Hi, babies. Yeah, man! Right on, brother! Oh, boy. There he is. Snow hook in. I'm gonna go around you guys. Hi, babies! Let's take a look at the wiggle bots here. Hi! Is that Amanda? See their babies? There's their mommy, Amanda Brooks. She's so proud. Oh, look at these babies.
Coco! Loco, Coco! Hi!
Oh, look at those eyes. Good gracious.
Good girl, Coop. Good girl. Yeah. What you doing? What you doing?
Oh, they look so good, Amanda.
They're so happy.
Who are these two?
This is Coco and Cougar.
Coco and Cougar. Does Coco just woo everybody with her eyes?
He's pretty
Goodness
fella.
gracious. Coco and Cougar and Wheel. Look at these beautiful babies.
Girl, hi, Roan.
Who are these two?
This is Roan and Carhartt. Carhartt's 2 and Roan is 7. Yeah,
Oh, wow. 2 and a 7-year-old working it.
Yeah.
Look at these
Look at
guys.
them. Those whiskers.
Oh, they look so good.
Why don't we get in the pet?
Oh, no, no, please
Who's
do.
up here?
This is Ace. She's 3.
Hi, Ace.
This is Salcha.
And Salcha.
Good girl.
Salcha's trying to take her booty off.
She is. And that's Anchor.
Big, huge anchor. Oh my gosh, look at how handsome
Boy.
you are. That's a big, beautiful baby right there. Look at those legs. Oh my
We
gosh.
have Koyak and Ira. Hi.
Hi, Koyak and Ira. Look at these guys. Oh man. Thank you, Amanda, for the intro. So that's Amanda Brooks, Matt Hall's partner, and Smokin' Ace Kennels. Yeah, you're a happy one, aren't you? We got tails wagging. That's a big, beautiful dog right there. Hi, handsome.
That one, you gotta make your dog.
Yeah. That's a good looking baby. There we go. We got tails wagging. Matt's gonna come and see his dogs now. They always like to give you the inside. We want to see the dogs that got Matt here. Here he is. All right. Yeah, he's a big boy. There we go. There we go. What a handsome.
On a downhill slope.
Congratulations, Matt. Wow.
Thank you.
Awesome run.
Exciting. Hey, what are you doing? Got this figured out. Oh, that's what's going on. Watch the fingers.
You saw that
All
one.
Are
right.
you guys hungry? Yeah.
No more for you.
Right on. What snack is that?
Steak.
Oh, we got some steak.
Keep for me, right?
You like them rare, right?
Wow. Beautiful moment here. They could probably get another little one. Got the hugs.
Been having fun?
Oh, yeah. We have.
Wow, what a good looking dog team.
Sorry,
No problem, bro. All right. Take it all in, folks. Matt and Amanda celebrating their great finish. Second great race of the year, second in the Quest. Now 11th here. Wow.
Hey Matt, do you think we can get you checked in?
With this sunshine, why not savor the moment, right? Big muscle dog, my God, looking great.
There's no dog in there, right? Okay, so we got a vet book?
Look at the kiddos loving on the dogs. Everybody's giving them some special pets.
Oh, boy.
They look good? Yeah?
Sleeping bag tucked in there. How about your cooker? I hear it right there. Okay. Snowshoes and an axe. I see your handle. Tucked at the very bottom. Okay, Matt, if I can use a signature.
Right on, everybody.
There you go, Matt. In 11th place, number 15, Matt Hall. Time in
11th place.
4 hours, 36 minutes, 51 seconds. Matt, welcome to Nome.
thank you.
Right on. What a beautiful time of day to finish, too. Was it pretty warm out there?
And it was getting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was hot on the river. But yeah, no, it was good. It was perfect. The run was a little shorter than I thought it was going to be. I was thinking I was going to be finishing after dark, and then a couple hours out, when I got into safety, I was like, oh, you guys are 10 miles sooner than I thought.
Yeah, you're
And here
moving.
we are a few hours earlier.
Perfect
It's
light.
awesome.
Perfect light. Look at that team right there. Look at these guys looking back at Daddy.
Oh, please.
Looking back.
Nice job. Hey, Jeremy.
There they are. You can see the sun in Nome is still up pretty high here. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Look at all the little kids around. It's very interactive. Oh, souvenirs. The kids love getting the booty of the souvenir. They're looking at a Yukon Quest champion and Iditarod rookie in 11th place. One of the future greats of our sport right here, Matt Hall. No question about it. He loves this. That's right, Nanette Wendell. He is an awesome guy. His partner's awesome. They do have an Aurora tour that you can see. Oh boy, Amanda's getting ready. Oh boy. Yeah! Wow. That is so great. Okay, so Sue asked if any of the finishers around. Yeah, they're actually all around, Sue. We got folks in the dog lot working on their dogs, so Matt will see them in just a minute. We got some folks here. It's a beautiful time of day right now in Nome, Alaska, as you can tell. Beautiful afternoon, winter sun, spring sun. And Amanda and Matt riding off like they just got married. All right, Maddie West, glad you get to tune in here and get the insider. We want to get you right up on those dogs so you can see what they look like, so you can feel like you're petting them. And for those of you who have not met Matt before and Amanda, just a classy act right there. Super bright future for mushing with folks like that in there. And so yeah, so they'll meet most of their the musher friends are in the dog lot at this hour, checking on their teams, making sure the feeding's going well, massage and such. So that's where they'll be there. All right, that was a very cool finish right there. All right, I'm here with Ted. He is the author of Merle's Door. And tell us about yourself, where you're from.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Basically a little paradise of dogs.
A little paradise of dogs. Kelly, where I live, has got 90 people and about 40 free roaming dogs.
So Kelly, Wyoming, a little town. So if you, for those of you who might not have read this book, I certainly read it and it touched me. Merle's Door, it's a bestseller for dog lovers out there, right?
Yep.
And it tells a story about basically a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
And a dog that has its own life and personality.
Yeah, a dog I met on the San Juan River in Utah, Kale, and he was a res dog, 10 months old, half wild, making his living out in the desert, really friendly. We took him down the San Juan River and I brought him
on
back
a float trip?
On a float trip.
Nice.
And people can go to my website, karasoti.com, and see the photos from that trip.
Okay.
Way back in 1991. And when I brought him home, I gave him his own dog door so he could come and go as he wants. And
right, it's kind of a freedom story. What I took from that, and I don't know if some of the folks have read that book. If you have, let us know. I read it as a really interesting read because in Colorado where I lived, there were some free roaming dogs, but there was some concern with the highways. You know, most of the towns in Colorado are a highway town.
Right.
So there's always the concern that some tourist is going to come blasting through at night in the 30 zone and blow up a dog.
Right.
And so when I read that book, I really saw an example of a potential paradise.
Yeah, and how the dogs structure their culture. They're taught not to chase wildlife, and so wildlife is not chased. Couple dogs go out of the village, and those dogs have gotten shot. So it reduces the gene pool of dogs who chase wildlife. And as far as I can tell, you know, the 30 or 35 dogs there, we live with moose, deer, bison, elk. They don't chase wildlife, and they don't chase horses. And it is a dog paradise because the dogs can conduct their own lives. Merle and now Pucka.
Right, Pucka's the puppy, right? There's another book about Pucka.
Yeah, Pucka's Promise, The Quest for Longer-Lived Dogs, both had their schedule. Pucka still does. He goes out in the morning, circles the village, visits his friends, visits the cafe in the summer, comes back, says, "Still working at your desk? Are you going to throw the frisbee for me? Or are we going to go skiing?" I say, "Hang on a minute, I got to make money to buy your dog food."
right, because you do a raw diet, and we've been visiting over the last couple of days now. We've been visiting and talking dog stuff. I come from more of the active dog background where I wanted to really harness up the power that my dogs had and enjoy that connection and find out where that sweet spot was, where everybody was getting all that they wanted. And it seems like with Merle, more of the lab, was it a lab style?
He was, I think, mostly lab and golden retriever, and Pucka is all Labrador retriever and comes from a long hunting line. So we hunt birds, we hunt elk, and that's his joy, plus powder skiing.
Right, yeah. I do like, when I got my race hounds, and I don't know, for those of you who have used a short hair breed for your lifestyle, whether it's a German Sheriff Pointer or a Eurohound, the half Husky, half GSP, when I took them on the backcountry skiing trips that my Siberians enjoyed. They got frostbite, and they had to wear coats and things, and so it kind of changed up how I did things in the backcountry.
Right. Pucka and Merle have never worn coats. They have hair between their paws that doesn't collect ice, and I've had both of those guys out at 25, 27 below on ski trips, and they've done fine.
Awesome. So what we want to hear, part of why we're having this conversation, is that Iditarod is going to wrap up for me tomorrow night. I have to fly back to Anchorage and head to my office in Willow, but I would like to hear stories. So you guys can message me on the Kill Casey Live page. Tell us some active dog stories, whether you like to go out and backcountry ski, if you like to do long distance walking, or if swimming's your thing, canoe trips, whatever it is, we want to hear from you guys. All right, we got Don Wrestler who said, Kill, awesome book, great read. I agree, it really touched me, and I even remember the person. It was one of those books where I remember who gave it to me.
Yeah.
And that gentleman actually took his life a few years ago.
Oh no.
And I remember when I was reflecting on his life, what he meant to me. His name is Michael Moore, beautiful man from Telluride. I remember like, wow, one of the special gifts he gave me was the opportunity to tap into that book and that lifestyle. And so, take care of each other, do cool things to your dogs, let us know about it. There's a whole broad range of active dog sports. And I do remember now, back in Merle's store, you would go elk hunting.
Yeah.
And I thought like, wow, okay. I remember bringing Zeke, my first Siberian, up in Rico, and I hiked up this road and put in a camp and tied him to a tree where he was comfortable. And then I went up to a ridge on my first ever elk hunt alone, and thought, when I read your book, I was like, wow, okay, so other people have tried to incorporate their dogs into what they like to do. And
both Merle and Pucka walked, right behind me, right by my side. Pucka was a bird dog. Initially, he thought elk were pheasants. He had to flush them, so we had to do some training, and now he points elk. He walks right by my side, and
he'll let you know?
And he'll actually raise his paw and point elk and say, hey man, pay attention.
Right.
I think there's some elk over in those trees.
Which is cool. And part of this conversation, for those who don't know Matt and Amanda, I've been out to their property several times. It's beautiful. It's in two rivers. So when you go to Fairbanks and you head east to the hot springs, there's a community of dog mushers and homesteaders out there. Matt and Amanda really do live in a yurt. It's a beautiful yurt. They do actually haul their firewood with their team. Mm-hmm. Their yard is lovely. Their puppy pen is gorgeous. Their dogs are happy. You could see them here today.
Those are some really happy dogs.
They were some happy dogs.
Yes.
And that's what, like, Ted and I are kind of like in the same vein of, we want to see happy dogs. And we want to show what happy dogs look like, what dogs that have had that full support and who come in here and the crowd is impressed. The kids are around.
And when you think those dogs just ran 1,000
miles, you're like, wait a second, that huge middle dog,
right?
He didn't look like he even lost an ounce.
Anchor.
He looked, Anchor. He looked like, and that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And that's what I know, that those of us who want to see active dog sports succeed in the world and have this conversation turn civil and civic, that we can really push the agenda of extremely good dog care, keeping the dog's health, well-being in the forefront, making good decisions all the time, not just some of the time, and raising that bar so that all of us can support these events. Because some folks are scared about, wow, what does a dog look like after 1,000 miles? Or what if a dog has a limp or a bad rub? We were talking about that yesterday. And there are adjustments that the humans can make to prevent most of these things.
Yeah, it's always the humans.
It does come down to that. So thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much.
When are you heading back?
March 19th.
Okay. Oh, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, right on. And then the next book out is going to be?
It's a book without a title yet, but it's about this Iditarod race.
Yep.
Sled dogs, the people who do it, the many challenges we've discussed about the race, external and internal, and how it could be made better.
Cool. Yeah, and we're looking at nonstop to also always keep that conversation going, to make sure that we're all meeting at the table, that we're figuring out best practices. We've been talking about what is the best way to tether or not tether to keep a yard of dogs, or when it's overwhelming, or when it's something that people can do and do well. And those discussions we'll be pushing in my podcast forward to make sure that we're all, you included here in the audience, trying to be in on this conversation, right? Yeah. And so now we're going to turn our attention to Aaron Burmeister. He is coming in really soon. And Don just wrote down Merle's Door. There's the title and Ted's name, so you can go ahead and get that online. I truly do have that in my collection of books that have touched me and changed me. So thank
Thank you, Kale.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Right on. And so here we are. You just saw Matt finish. We're going to be, Aaron's about, I don't know, how many minutes out?
Less than 5 miles.
Less than 5 miles. Okay.
Half hour.
Half an hour. Although he's Aaron Burmeister, so that could be about 10 minutes if he's on his game. Just kidding. He'll be in about a half an hour, so we'll tune back in real quick. Those of you who are Burmeister fans, you'll see him come across right here in about 30 minutes. Tune back in. We'll see you soon. Thanks.